Sunday live stream. I had no idea it was Sunday. I totally forgot. So I want to talk about Monster Hunter Wilds. I want to rant more about that, but I want to show you something. So I just have to move this around. I have a new chair. I have a brand new chair. Got it yesterday, and it came in this large box. So there were multiple chairs in the store. Yes, I went to a physical store, and obviously, when you look at the paper, you can see which one you want. But when I tried this chair out, it's the only chair I tried. It felt okay, and it still feels okay. It's not like my old one. It does not bend or curve. You can see that. And I'm sitting on it right now. I have to just move it so you can see better. So there it is. You can't see the full pattern, which is fine, but it's not a fancy chair. It's not fancy. Anyways, I want to talk about Monster Hunter Wilds, and I want to just rant about so many things. There are so many speculations online about what's going to happen for Monster Hunter Wilds. Will it even be open world? I think it is going to be open world. It just makes sense. It just makes sense because Monster Hunter Wilds seems to be taking a lot of inspiration from World and just growing from World, which is interesting. It does take some inspiration from Rise, but I would say that it would mostly take inspiration from World and then do its own thing. Just like our World took inspiration from the old school cutscenes and the monster ecology. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Ecologies, or however you pronounce it. Remember those videos back in the day? Monster Hunter wasn't so fluid as it is now, with monsters moving around and fighting each other. Back in the day, monsters did not fight each other, you know? And if they did, it was basically because they were just trying to get at the hunter, so they end up mistakenly hurting another monster. But now, monsters can fight other monsters. I did not like Rise, the way Rise represented the Elder Dragons. It made them so casual, made them so pointless because Elder Dragon's supposed to be special. And then they allow all of the other monsters to be on that area alongside Elder Dragons. That does not make sense. You know why? Because Elder Dragons not supposed to be like that. Only a few monsters can fight against Elder Dragons, and that's just a handful of them. It just made Elder Dragons seem so pointless. What's the point of even bringing any one of those Elder Dragons in if you aren't going to make it more challenging? You know, I understand the riding mechanic. Make it difficult. Don't have the riding allowed for some of just for Elder Dragons at least, you know? However, I guess they just wanted it. That's just the sad truth, honestly. And that's the thing that really got me, Monster Hunter Rise was interesting. I was really pumped for the rampage. Now, the interesting thing is with the monsters, all the monsters in Wilds running around, I don't think it's a rampage. I think they are really scared. That's just them being very frightened because it just makes sense. A storm is approaching, and obviously, I'm going to assume the storm is caused by an elder dragon, but it could be just natural stuff. Anyways, I really, really enjoyed watching the trailer. And there's just so much to pick from the trailer, from the monsters to the endemic life to the possibilities of endemic life to the possibilities of monsters, which monsters are going to join. Will there be more newer monsters? I hope so. Now, the thing about having a lot of returning cast monsters, the problem with that is it really just makes it a bit annoying. I'm sorry, but I have seen so many monsters so many times. I don't care if they're fan favorites. They can take a break. For Monster Hunter World, only a handful of returning monsters were there. Yeah, and the rest of them were just large monsters. So it really, the rest of them were just large new monsters. So at the end of the day, why is it so hard to bring in new monsters? I understand designing them will be a bit difficult, but the thing is that I feel like I really feel like once you get the designs done, it's pretty easy to go from there. We just saw so many of the same monsters over and over, and it gets very dull. Anyways, I forgot to address the elephant in the room. This is a waffle slice. So I think it's caramel and brownies. So it's on a stick. As you can see, it looks like a pie slice. I have not I have not even taken a bite yet. I only have one end. Oh, okay. Kind of flimsy. I'm kind of worried. Mm. Oh, that's not caramel. That's chocolate. Mm. That's so sweet. Oh my goodness. That is so sweet. It's the sweetest thing I've eaten today. Anyways, I'm sorry if my voice keeps breaking. There's not much to show you besides this polystyrene thing. I'm charging my Nintendo Switch. I think it's almost done. But regardless, um, I just want to talk more about Monster Hunter. I would like to put my Xbox on, but then again, there's two possibilities. I could either get a migraine. The problem with me playing World is that migraines are annoying. And most of the time when I play on the Xbox, I get a migraine. And that's mostly because I'm either playing too long or it just somehow happens. When it comes to the Nintendo Switch, I don't think I've gotten that much migraines because of it, you know? Even though that's even closer to my face, I'm maybe assuming that I don't play as much on the Nintendo Switch. Even on my Xbox, at times do play a bit longer because I don't get a chance to play every single day. It's a huge setup. I don't keep my Xbox on plugged. I don't. That's literally a factory for dust if I allow that. So once it's unplugged, it's wrapped up, and that's it. That's it. That's basically it. And besides, there's not much good games to play. Sorry, beside World, you know, and Iceborne, there's not much to play on the Xbox, not much good stuff. And speaking about good stuff, I think I have to say that video games slowly evolving into something else just for Californians. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say. I don't want to dive into this rant about Californians. Let me just focus on Monster Hunter, the positives, Monster Hunter. So, Monster Hunter Wilds, I would say that it's an interesting title. The title matches what it's supposed to be. It gives us more character of the game, if that makes sense. It basically gives us a lot of information without telling everything to us. It's going to be basically very open world, and I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of large monsters. You could possibly fight a herd of large monsters, which I think would be fantastic. I think that would be amazing. And if everything is so seamless, that means let's just say there's five environments. You get your basic five: volcano, desert. Well, this in this case it's more of a savanna, but let's just say savanna, uh, forest. You get a snowy environment. You also get maybe a swamp. All of them are connected, and as you run into each of them, as you enter each one of them, they slowly transition into their own thing, into their own natural, into their own natural climate. For instance, take the wildfire waste. Some parts of it is still connected to the ancient forest. It still has some of that ancient forest feel, not so much of a heavy foresty feel, but more, more close to that, but not so close, if that makes sense. It's still a wasteland, but you can see in the background the forest slowly ends, and the wildfire waste begins. And it is a huge place. That's the truth. And I really like how that transition, even in the coral highlands, some places you will be able to look down and see a lot of dreck. Obviously, that's the what's the place? Rotten Vale. That's the Rotten Vale. And even with the Rotten Vale, when you're close to the Rotten Vale, in the Rotten Vale, when you're in certain positions, you will be able to see the Elder's Recess. I'm not even joking. You'll be able to see that from that far. Or maybe I'm mixing things up. Not the Elder's Recess. Maybe you're able to see the place where you fight Zora Magdaros second time. No, no, I'm mixing it up. But all these places are connected, you know? All of them are connected in some way. And I really like that. So Wiles might just cut out the loading screens, cut out the walls, and just allow you to roam free. Now, how big it's going to be per each environment? I feel like if they have like, okay, let's just say I need a pen to show you. I need like a pen to show you stuff. I don't even have a pen with me. Don't have a pen. Don't have a pen, pencil, anything. I can't even find it. The time you want a pencil, it's not that. Okay, I can't find a pencil. What is this now? I can't find anything. I can't find anything today. Can't find anything. I need to look for something. Hmm. Okay. What can I use as a represent? Okay. Okay, I want you to bear with me now. So this was the instructions for my chair. We did have trouble doing step 3 because the handles were kind of confusing and we took them out, put them back in. It was very difficult. However, okay, just imagine for a second. Each of these steps represent an environment in Monster Hunter Wilds. Use your imagination. Just use your imagination. And let's just say this is the savannah we see from the trailer. And then you have a, let's just say, green, more tropical environment. So as you slowly leave the savannah, I mean, I'm sure there might be a transition section where, yes, it's open world still, but the small transition section will basically be empty, possibly, maybe where barely anything lives, you'll be able to roam free. Maybe that's something like that, maybe not. Um, so that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to convey. There might be a small sections in each part that might not be fuming with monsters. Maybe a couple of small monsters, very seldom large monsters, possibly, and that might just be a small section where you slowly see the change coming from one environment to the other. Will there be different seasons? That's another question. And even if there are like 5 different environments, each with different climates, obviously they can still have seasons. They can still have seasons. I don't see what the big deal is. I know, I know in some, like basically the entire world, they have 4 seasons. They have, I'm assuming they have 4 seasons. So, and in each country, it's represented very differently. Where I live in South Africa, winter in some areas in this country, winter is just pure snow. But where I live, it rains. It basically just rains. And that's the thing, you know. Well, springtime it rains even more, but winter it's going to give us rain rather than snow. So rain is just going to be more common for me. I'm still experiencing the cold weather. I'm still experiencing winter. I'm just not experiencing snow. You know what I'm saying? So, regardless of the five, or I don't even know how many they might have, but possibly 5 environments, um, all 5 environments can face the 4 seasons. Maybe in summer the volcanic area is very hot. Maybe um, in winter it's actually quite cool. It's still hot, but the flames and the magma are more calm than usual, you know? Maybe something along the lines of that. That would be perfect. Because the thing is, just ignoring, ignoring the four seasons for every climate will be annoying because those four climates are very important. I mean, four seasons are very important. Those four seasons can change a lot. Just imagine during the winter in the desert, it might not snow, but it might be pretty cold. It might be pretty windy, like something like that. Give each climate a specific a specific thing, a specific what's the word perk, and a specific downside per each season. Maybe during the summer, what else? A lot of monsters are more active. Oh no, that's mostly during the spring because spring is always the season of renewal. So maybe spring can be this season of renewal, and in the spring you have more monsters. In Monster Hunter DOS, they did something like this, but with only three seasons, and they had their own season, their own types of naming for it, and one of them was called Breathing Season. So I think they can just keep it with spring because spring makes more sense to be a breathing season. So every spring, let's just say in every environment, regardless of which climate, possibly it could have a boom in monster population from large to small. I would love that. But I doubt they would just, listen to me. I think the game is almost finished, and I don't think what I'm wanting is going to be in the game. They might have seasons, but it might not be as how I describe them. It might be something totally different, completely um, alien from what I'm talking about. Anyways, uh, as I was just saying, that's the most important thing, seasons, because the savannah could possibly, because here's the thing, even in some savannas, I don't think it snows that much, or maybe it does, but it doesn't snow as frequent. Um, just in some environments, it's not going to snow during the winters. It'll still be cold. I really hope that if winter season is a thing, it still remains. Anyways, let me eat another piece of this. So look at that. That waffle is really big. It looks gross from the poor camera angle, but yeah, it actually is basically cake. You know, the thing with eating anything brown, if you don't have the proper lighting, it just looks like you know what. Mm, that's so good. That's very good. So it's waffle with brownie and chocolate sauce. Or maybe it's just melted chocolate. So good. Um, okay. To wrap it all up, the seasons that I want might not happen, but there might still be a season mechanic in the game. It just depends on what season they're actually bringing in. So, yeah. Yes, I'm a messy eater. Yes, I'm sorry if I'm a messy eater. I've always been a messy eater. It's just how I've been. So, anyways, Monster Hunter Wilds seem to have a lot of possibilities. But when the thunderstorm happened in the trailer, the thunderstorm really brought in something really interesting. It possibly states that an elder dragon is causing all the problems with the thunder, maybe causing the climate to change more quicker than usual. Stuff like that. We don't know. We don't really know. But I think it has to be an elder dragon causing what's on the trailer. So you're going to have a lot of storms, a lot of bad weather patterns, which will be interesting, you know? And imagine if elder dragons can be fought on that land. There's no separate environment. You just fight them on that land. Because if you look at it, it's quite big for a couple of elder dragons to fight. I'm talking about the really large ones. They look really big for those elder dragons to cross. I hope you'll understand. It looks so big, like really big, for those elder dragons to just cross. That's gonna be insane. Imagine a Lao Shan Long just walking along, and you have to fight it. That would be amazing. Anyways, I have to end it, but one more bite because I'm so hungry. I normally don't really eat like this. I can't really show my face because, well, technically, I did shave yesterday, but at the same time, you will see some facial hair, and I don't like that. I don't like showing facial hair, and plus, it'll be a bit disgusting for me to eat this. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Um, if you're gonna eat anything sweet, make sure you brush your teeth. That's all I'm saying. I have to brush my teeth possibly after this because it's so good. Take care, everyone. Bye.